8 large-scale community-based studies showed that with all-cause mortality, the socially isolated are at least 2 to 5 times the risk of premature death from all causes when compared to those who had a strong sense of connection and community. That's a huge difference, isn't it? This was a very interesting study where Dr. David Spiegel at Stanford, he got kind of tired of hearing all this fluffy stuff about connection and the importance of all of that. And he decided, you know what? I'm going to do a study that will disprove this once and for all, that this really doesn't make a difference. He was a pure scientist, right? So he actually set out to test this idea in women with breast cancer. And so he had 2 groups, and they were randomly assigned, and both received conventional medical care. But one group, the one big difference was that one group met together for 90 minutes once a year, or once a week for a year. And what's really interesting is that he didn't look at the results for quite some time. But this is what he actually ends up saying at the end. He says, 5 years later, I finally got around to looking at the data, and I almost fell off my chair. Those women who had the weekly support group lived on average twice as long as did the other group. In fact, all the women in the comparison group were dead at 5 years. And so after that really turned him into a believer. And what about pets? Do you think that sometimes we can feel connected and supported by our pets? Amen. So they've done studies on this. Patients recently hospitalized with a heart attack or chest pain. After 1 year, only 6% of pet owners died, compared to 28% of patients who did not own pets. Isn't that amazing? That's more than a 400% difference. And then there was another study. The effect of a dog on lowering blood pressure reactivity was even greater than the presence of a good friend. So now we know dogs are truly man's best friend, since the friend was often perceived as judgmental, whereas the dog was not.